So خلينا نبلش. Let me start with a little real estate report. We have a special guest today, but we'll get to him in a minute. In Dearborn, last week كان عندنا 150 sales, 150 for sale listings, and this week we're down to 129. I don't know if that's the holiday or what, but it's dropped significantly when it was holding steady for a while. And then we had the rentals are holding steady. We had 57 rentals last week. We have 63 this week. And in Dearborn Heights, the sales dropped. No, the sales are holding steady. 115 for sale listings and 63 rental listings. So that's really it. I think that's what happens when you have a holiday coming up. People just kind of settle down, and the weather doesn't help either. So I want to introduce, before we take too much time on real estate, I want to introduce our special guest, Mr. Fadi Achour. He's the general manager of Lakeview Hills Golf Resort. Ahlan sahla.
Ahlan, hello.
Thank you
for having me.
Of course. So Fadi has a long, beautiful history, a journey in the hospitality and the culinary arts world. And we brought him here today because we know that Dearborn and Dearborn Heights and the surrounding areas, we've had a lot of businesses open up, small businesses. A lot of people have a gift for food in the Middle Eastern community.
Yes.
We love to eat, we love to feed. So we're bringing you here because you took more of a traditional route, but then you created your own path. And I want you to tell us a little bit about that. Where did you start? Where did you come from?
Sure. Really, my story is directed specifically to the new generation.
Okay.
So they can maybe, hopefully, I'm hoping that they can learn from my journey to what made me who I am today.
Okay.
And the message really is you can't take shortcuts.
Okay.
In my career in hospitality,
yeah,
I did not take shortcuts.
Okay.
When I arrived to America, like a lot of immigrants, I had the English, of course, was almost non-existent, and I actually arrived to California, my brother and I, and we left civil war in Lebanon to for a better life and to continue our education. So we went to a little beautiful city in California called Monterey.
Okay.
Carmel area, beautiful area by the beach.
Yeah.
But really the aim was to continue education and to go to school. And first thing we had to learn English. So what do I do? And then to ease the pain on my parents, is we had to make money to pay for our college, to pay for.
So you were here as a student
visa, yes.
on a student visa, and your parents were supporting you from Lebanon.
From Lebanon, yes.
Wow.
My brother, my family is supporting as much as they can.
Yeah.
At that time, there was a civil war. The economy, of course, was non-existent. So what do I do? Is like, through a friend of mine, we went to a hotel, Hyatt Regency in Monterey, and said, "Oh, we have, you can be a steward washing dishes."
Okay.
And I said, "Yeah, I'll do whatever I need to do to make a living." And I used to walk. Really, the apartment we lived in was about 10 minutes walk, 15 minutes walk to work, and another half hour to school. So we have no cars.
Right.
So we walked to work. We washed dishes. My brother and I washed dishes for about 6 months.
Okay.
So of course I said, well, I can do more than wash dishes.
Okay.
I'm
you knew you had more to offer.
I'm educated, and my English was getting better. Yeah. I said, no, I can. How about I bus tables in a restaurant? I can do that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, okay, fine. So I was bussing tables for 6 months, I think, another 6 months.
Okay.
Then I said, I can do more than that. How about maybe, my English now really good, and I'm learning from customer service and all that. I can wait tables. How was that? Oh yeah, I think you had it in you. So I waited tables for a long time.
Okay.
for like 5 years while I was going to college. And I went on and finished college, and I graduated from St. Mary's College in California with a BA degree in
Okay.
management.
Yeah.
Didn't really go into the hospitality in the beginning, just general management. Uh, then I went on and, got into more hotels and, into management, banquet management, assistant banquet manager, restaurant manager, food and beverage director,
So you're just
eventually
climbing up the
climbing,
ranks. Yeah.
although I'm learning along the way all the right things, working with chefs, working with cooks in the culinary department, in the restaurant, area, banquet area, catering,
Right.
sales, all that. I'm just, like a sponge, learning all the different things about hospitality in hotels and restaurants.
Right.
Then eventually I worked for Marriott, for Hilton Hotels, as a general manager, and then now, of course, I'm lucky enough to have found this Lakeview Hills Golf Resort in Lexington, Michigan, as a general manager. I've been there for 3 years, and we've done some amazing things in that resort, putting a lot of hard work and sweat into making it a destination, first class destination with banquets, catering. We have a vineyard, we have a pavilion for wedding, we have a bridal suite, we have an award-winning restaurant called Emilio's.
Yeah.
We have really hotel with rooms. It's just two golf courses. So I'm very proud of my journey because I took it. I took the right route.
How old were you when you started this journey?
19 years old.
Okay.
Because I was in Lebanon, going to school, high school. I was like 19 years old, 18, 19, when we started doing this.
So you came to California, you could have taken any route you wanted because there was no parental supervision, and you chose.
I mean, I chose
this
hard
route.
work I said I need to work hard and go to school at the same time. I didn't try to go the easy way or whatever. I said whatever it takes for me to make a living and to make it easy on my parents and family, I will do. Whatever it is to wash dishes. It's fine. It was a hard work, but I kind of enjoyed it. I mean, but now looking back, I'm really glad I washed dishes, and I'm glad I bust tables, and I'm glad I did everything I've done. It has helped me tremendously. That's what sometimes the new generation don't understand is if you don't do that, and then all of a sudden a lot of people say, well, I want to be a general manager. I graduated. I'm good. I know what I'm doing. I know what I need. They open the restaurants thinking they know what they want. And because they go to a restaurant and they like it and they enjoy the food. They say, oh, I can do that. And then I've seen them, unfortunately, in our own community here, where people, I know a restaurant not too long ago closed down because they jumped the gun and said, oh, I can do this. We can just do it. Come up with a fancy name and people will come. Yeah. And people will come. But eventually, if you don't know what you're doing.
It's a sad story because we see too many young people pop open a food truck or a small brick and mortar anywhere, and then they have a line wrapped around the building or the food truck for the first few days.
Yeah.
And then people start to realize like, oh, okay, this is mediocre. There's no plan. There's no.
They get excited because they get busy when they first. Any business in general, especially in the hospitality or restaurant business, people will come. People, oh, it's exciting, a new concept, a truck or a restaurant or whatever. People will come, but eventually, if you don't know what you're doing or you don't keep up with the sanitation and the quality and the service and the training. I mean, one thing I have always preached to our local restaurants, they don't really invest in training.
No.
They don't invest in humans, in training. Yeah. They think, oh, I can just hire people. I can hire my sister or my brother, my cousin. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't hire any cousins just because they're my cousins or my brother or my sisters, unless they're qualified and they're trained to do their job. Yeah. Our community here, unfortunately, they jump the gun and say, oh, yeah, I'll bring my mom, she'll help me. I'll bring my cousin, she'll help me. So what does it take? Does it take anything? No. There's more to it.
It takes a lot of training. Yeah.
In culinary, there's a lot of steps you need to learn about the temperature, about the proper way of cooling food and freezing food, and the right temperature, and the color of the food, and how long it will take before the bacteria grows in the meat or fish, or so you have to take the time to learn the right way.
Yeah. From the first, when you first started up until now, you must have crossed paths with a lot of people, and I know, just from our previous conversation, that your family was very focused on education, and they wanted you, they instilled that in you. But along your way, who did you have that were amazing mentors that guided you, that opened doors?
That's a great question, and it's and I have been fortunate to be mentored by actually two people that I a lot of people have taught me a lot of things. I'm still learning. By the way, you never stop learning.
Of course.
And you're right. My family was huge about education. They pushed us very hard. No matter how poor we were, education was number one. But go back to mentoring. Two people jumped on my mind when I was in California, and a gentleman named Anton Salami.
Mm-hmm.
He pushed me hard, and and he taught me a lot of things about hospitality, about in general restaurant and food and wine, and in general.
Yeah.
He was a big mentor to me, and we all need mentors, but we had to be ready to be mentored and accept to be mentored. Some people don't want. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I don't need to be mentored. So that was one gentleman that I really admire for showing me the way. He was a graduate of Lausanne Hotel School from Switzerland, one of the best hotel schools in the world. I think there's a 5 years waiting list to even get to that school.
Wow.
In Switzerland.
Okay.
The other gentleman, local gentleman from Michigan, that really I need to mention, his name is Michael O'Callaghan, a really great Irish guy, man, from Canton, actually now. Him and I worked for 5 years at the Hilton here in Novi, actually. He taught me a lot about hotel business in general. But again, I listen, and I learn from even my own employees today. I learn from everybody.
You're coachable.
I don't stop learning.
Yeah.
You never say, well, I know it all, but you don't. Every day you're learning something. And now my goal is to mentor other people, and I do, and to coach people, and to pass on what I've learned from these two gentlemen or from other people in my career. And I've traveled the world. I've learned a lot from different cultures. I spent a year in Dubai. I spent sometimes in Saudi Arabia. I was in Dubai and Kuwait for 3 years.
And you were in the same line of business.
Same line of work.
Yeah.
I went to, I've lived in a lot of different states, from Washington State to Oregon to Chicago to LA. I spent some long time in LA in a hotel business. So it's been a long career, very rewarding career, and I'm glad it made me who I am, and I'm glad that I'm pouring everything I've learned through all these years, 40 plus years. So it tells you my age now. So
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
My birthday was yesterday, so
happy birthday!
So everything I've learned, and now I'm pouring it into the Lakeview Hills Golf Resort, and it's a very rewarding.
Son and I went to Lakeview Hills, and we had a meal at Emilio's. Yes. And the experience, it wasn't just about the food. It was the experience from A to Z. When you walk in and you're addressed by name because they know you're coming. Yeah. To me that was it kind of threw me off a little bit, because why are you talking to me? You're not used to that. When you walk into a restaurant, you just, hi, we have a reservation for 2 under this name, and you barely get eye contact.
Yeah.
Now, and they say, so and so will seat you.
They take you for granted.
Yeah,
a lot of restaurants do, unfortunately. People go out to eat not because they're hungry and they want to eat.
Yeah.
They can eat at home.
Socialize.
You know, it's the experience.
Yeah.
You want the experience.
Yeah.
People come to a restaurant, especially like Emilio's, and that's what I try to put those little things, whether it's a sorbet before the entree, you know,
Yeah, that was
with a
interesting.
little touch of champagne to cleanse your palate. So who does that, right? But oh wow, it's a lot of wow moment that people are looking for in a restaurant when they go. And I hope, you know, whoever is listening here who owns a restaurant in Dearborn or Windsor or whatever, people go out. If you provide somebody with a great service, they'll come
Yes.
back, even though the
Yeah.
food was not great. I know people may, oh no, food has to be. Yeah, I understand, food has to be great,
Yeah.
but they will forgive you if you have a off night on the food, but you give them a great experience, great
Yeah.
service. They're gonna come back,
Yeah.
and that's what a lot of people miss, and that's what they're training, you know, investing in training. You need to invest in people first.
That's a very true statement because I have skipped going to a restaurant even though I love their food because I don't want to experience the process of ordering, sitting down, being left without water for 20 minutes,
Yeah.
not being checked on.
Yeah.
But no, Emilio's definitely had that. It was very personal. It was very warm and welcoming, and we felt like we were at home. The food was amazing. That's a whole other conversation. What kind of advice would you give a person who's seeking to start a career in hospitality and culinary?
Again, do it the right way.
Yeah.
Don't take shortcuts. Learn. You know, there are now more things available to you now than on my time. I
Yeah.
had no cell phone. I had no
No.
computer. I have nothing for me to. Okay, so Cornell University.
Yes.
It's one of the best hotel schools in America. Am I
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Cornell in New York.
Mhm.
No computer, nothing. So I learned about Cornell in Carmel through a friend of mine. So, oh, I want to take a management class. I want to take a restaurant management class in Cornell.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And I said, how do I do that? Oh, well, you have to write. Well, everything was writing, was nothing. It was a
There's
phone
a lot
call.
of essays.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you mail me your whatever you need to sign up for the class? So I signed up for restaurant management class through Cornell.
Okay.
And I was poor. I didn't have a lot of money, but I paid money, my own pocket, to take that class. And I forgot how much it cost me at that time. Like, I don't know, $50, $100, whatever it was. I took that class. Now I can put it on my resume. Well, I did put it on my resume. I don't do it anymore because, you know, I have a BA degree.
You're past that now, yeah.
But that's important. I learned a lot from, you know, they sent me a book. I don't know, it was like 500 pages of a book that I had to read.
Yeah.
And I read it.
Yeah.
And I took the exam, and I studied the exam handwritten. I mailed it back to them in New York to grade my exam. And I passed it, and I have a certificate now from Cornell. That's important in your career. So take the step, learn about the wine. I used to read books and books and books. And, you know, again, there was no computer. I couldn't go on a YouTube and learn how to serve wine or what is the difference between this and that. And so I took the time to learn. So take the time to do it the right way. Learn from people.
Yeah.
Learn from schools. Take some extra classes. You know, Michigan has a lot of great programs. Michigan State has a great hospitality program that you can go into, whether online now or, you know, any way you can. Or Henry Ford College has some culinary schools that you can take.
Henry Ford has
so
a
learn the right way.
Yeah.
Don't jump the gun thinking, you know, well, you know, my mom used to cook or my dad taught me or you know, I've been to restaurants. I've been to a lot of restaurants. I know restaurants. I know how it is. No, you don't. You know.
Just because you've been in the
way.
kitchen doesn't mean you know. Yeah, you can walk in and out of the kitchen. You're right. Henry Ford College does have a 4-year culinary arts program. But what I heard you say is that you went to school, you went to college, you got a degree, but everything you've done is through experience, hands-on, personal experience.
And
you've traveled the world.
They both need to be together. I mean, you can't just depend on education alone, you know, and you gotta go through education, but also learn from people. To go back to mentoring. You know, if you can find somebody who can mentor you in any area, in the restaurants, in the hotel, and that goes with any business, by the way, not just hospitality. good, great. Take advantage of whoever's trying to mentor you, and accept that you want to be mentored. And some people have the ego. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I don't need to.
Right.
Don't
Everybody
tell me what to
knows what
do.
they're doing. Right.
You've heard that before. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
No, it's not about telling you what to do. It's like I'm trying to share my experiences with you, so hopefully you'll learn something, in your career.
So your travels across the world also taught you a lot of things. You mentioned Dubai, Saudi Arabia. Anywhere else? Have you been to Europe?
Oh, yeah, well, not really working in Europe. I've been to Europe, but not working. But I worked in Singapore,
Okay.
Turkey.
Okay.
I've been to Turkey. Worked with a hotel company in Turkey.
Yeah.
Then the States. I said I worked in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Mm.
I worked. I worked in Seattle,
Okay.
Washington. I've been to Kazakhstan,
Wow.
with a hotel company.
Okay.
Not maybe
That's
for a couple of
different.
months, but I've been to Kazakhstan for
Yeah.
all the places. So it's a long journey
Yeah.
through the
Yeah.
hospitality. But that's rewarding, though. I mean, you get to travel. That's what's rewarding about hospitality is once you know what you're doing and you work your way up.
Yeah.
You get to travel. You get to experience cultures. You get to experience other people, businesses all over the world.
Yeah.
That has been very rewarding for me.
In every industry, accountability and being able to reach other people and networking is important. So in real estate, for example, we belong to boards and associations, and we advocate for our clients and we advocate for our businesses and our brokerages. Are there any associations in the culinary and hospitality world that advocate for clients and businesses and for
Well, there's
people to join?
a lot of American culinary federations, available for people to connect with and be part of. But there's I'm not sure you're probably familiar with LinkedIn.
Yeah, of course.
LinkedIn is huge for people that want to be connected with other professionals
Yes.
in the culinary or business world in general. I'm still connected through LinkedIn with people all over the world that I work with, or they work for me, or I work for. Every week we talk, we share information about culinary, about wine, about liquor, about food, about new trends in culinary. We share those on
Is there
LinkedIn.
a mentoring component to these networks and connections? Do they mentor young future?
I'm not familiar with LinkedIn, though. There is no mentoring. It's just a lot more networking.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people get jobs through
Okay.
LinkedIn.
Okay.
So they see you that you're involved and you're eager to learn, and they may reach out to you about an opportunity in hospitality.
Right.
So I would recommend any new up and coming people who in the business to really sign up with the LinkedIn. That's a huge.
And find the networks of people in culinary and hospitality.
Okay. I want to go back a little bit, if I may.
Of course.
About learning the right way.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping this could be a lesson for any people who want to get into this business. Right now on LinkedIn, I'm connected with a lot of former CEO and president who I used to report to.
Oh.
They used to be my bosses, and right now they're out of work for some reason.
Okay.
So you may ask why.
Yeah, why?
Why? And they have a lot more experience than I do, and they're all, one of them was my mentor. One of my mentors, different world, but because right now they wanted to go to the top, like some people do, and they want to make the money. They went for the money.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm a general manager now. I can be a president. I can be a vice president. I can make a lot more money. They did.
Yes.
But eventually, their skill set and their whatever their experience, they no longer are vice president because they were not needed. They were laid off, or the position was eliminated. Now they cannot go back and be a general manager or
they can't go backwards. Right.
Manager. They're out of work. So take the right route. Don't go for the money. Also, money's not everything in our career. And I know money's important. You want to pay bills. You want to take care of your family. You want to live a good life. You want to drive a good car. But sometimes that money is not everything.
So it
And that's,
sounds
I learned
like,
that in my career. I took the right way to get where I am by not jumping right away, go for the money. I want to go there and be a general manager, be a vice president, and be a CEO and CEO. There are a lot of titles out there
of course, yeah,
in our business,
yeah.
and people go for that shiny title. You get stuck there, and when you get stuck and then something happened, you cannot go back, and then you're out of work.
So you have to continue the experience, the continuing
Do it the right
education.
way. I mean,
Remain
don't
hands-on,
be
do
too
it the right
fast.
way. Yeah,
Don't be
don't
too
climb.
fast. Don't climb very fast. Oh, I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm smart. I got it. You know,
Okay.
my message is take the time to
Yeah.
learn. Enjoy the journey.
I agree. I'm going to give you a little bit of a break right now. We're just going to take a little musical break so you can
Okay.
regroup a little bit.
No problem.
All right, we are back. So let's get back to, you were telling a story about mentoring young people.
Yeah.
When did you have this experience with a young person, while you're mentoring them? At what point do you get to the aha moment? They got it. They understand.
Well, I mean, I've had a lot of. I've been fortunate enough to be mentored by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, the one I mentioned specifically.
Yeah. But then you became
but
the
I
mentor.
also I've been lucky enough to work with some great people that again they were willing to be mentored, and that's the key. Not everybody wants to be mentored or to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I have quite a few people that I was lucky enough to work with them, and some people went on, and I'm talking to a lady right now. Her name is I can mention her name is Monica.
Yeah.
She was my assistant at the Delta Marriott at the airport for 3 years.
Okay.
And I mentored her enough that she got 2 general manager job with Marriott. That I was able to help her. I'm still helping her through that process to be successful at managing a Marriott hotel.
Yeah.
Full service Marriott hotel. At the present time, I had a couple people that I'm lucky enough to be working with, and I'm trying to mentor them and teach them the right way, and they're excellent. I'm not going to mention their name because they're probably listening now.
Mm-hmm.
But they're
Yeah.
two awesome ladies that they've been with us for a long time at the club,
Mm-hmm.
and they've done a great job of listening and learning and believing in the vision and what we're trying to do. And then other examples. So the the aha moment, really it's a process. There is no like one minute you say that's it, they got it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a process, a long process. Sometimes it takes 6 months, sometimes it takes a couple of years, but it's not. It's not
It doesn't click
it's not
right away.
Click a week.
Yeah.
Because you have to go through trials and processes and with our business, dealing with people, managing people, managing finances, managing sales. Then so it's a process. I would say 6 months to a year when they know they got it,
Yeah.
and they're serious about it. Then like these 2 ladies I'm dealing with right now, yeah, they got it, and it was a process. Some of them about 6 months, maybe a little more than 6 months.
Okay.
One was maybe more like 2 years.
Okay.
So some takes longer than others, but yeah, there is no one moment when you say they got it. It's a process.
It is a whole process. Yeah.
The whole process.
We have a question from Dr. Nasser Abu Mustafa from Henry Ford College. He is the Associate Dean for Business, Economics, and among many other titles, the Associate Dean for Culinary Arts and Hospitality Management at Henry Ford College. And Dr. Abu Mustafa's question is, can you talk about the demand for Middle Eastern chefs certificates? Okay,
so great question. I'm glad he asked because I have an example for you. Another person that I'm lucky enough to say I mentored.
Yeah.
There was a gentleman named, and I'm going to say his name. I don't think he's listening because he lives in Dallas now. in
Okay,
Texas.
yeah. I don't
His
think
name
you
is
can.
Ali Majid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was at the Westin Hotel in Southfield.
Okay.
I was a director of food and beverage, and I was looking for an executive chef. And he applied. Ali Majid applied,
Yeah.
and he had just graduated from the CIA in New York. Talking about education.
Okay.
He's a newly graduate.
Yeah.
CIA graduate. CIA meaning Culinary
Yeah.
Institute of Art
Okay.
in New York, one of the best, culinary school in America. But he really had no experience. I mean, he was working at the steakhouse on Michigan. It's closed now. Steakhouse on Michigan Avenue.
Okay.
Kernan's.
Kieran's. Wow.
Yeah, he
This
was a
is the
line
third
cook.
time this
He was
month
a line cook.
that comes up.
He
Yeah.
was a line cook there.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I took a look at, he brought me in a whole portfolio, even though that, Ali had really no experience. He had just graduated,
Mm-hmm.
but he was so motivated. He brought me a whole portfolio of his food that he made. He was so proud of in culinary school. So I said, Ali, I love your enthusiasm. I really do. You're not qualified to be an executive chef, but you know what? I'm going to take a chance on you.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you, how about executive sous chef? Okay, so you can be number 2. You can learn under a chef, and then hopefully you'll get there. Sure enough, my thought of him was right on. Excelled.
Yeah.
He went on and did very well. Then I left at the Westin. I went to Henry Ford Museum in Greenfield Village. I brought him on to be executive sous chef as well there. Then he went on with his career. I got him to work for Starwood Hotels in Arizona, one of the 5-star resort there, as an executive chef. And then he opened his own restaurant with his brother in Arizona. And then guess where he is now?
What?
We talk about with the demand for Arabic chef, because he is Lebanese.
Yeah.
And he knows, of course, Middle Eastern food as well. He is the corporate executive chef for Sky Chefs airline.
Wow.
Because of they did a halal program with Sky Chefs.
Okay.
The food that you eat on the plane.
Yeah.
Sky Chef has a halal program.
Okay.
So they hired him. He's a corporate executive chef.
I didn't know that.
In America. Okay.
Yeah.
To head the halal food program with Sky Chefs. So there's a big demand. I opened a couple of steakhouses in the Metro Detroit area. They are serving halal food as well. I mean, they serve halal steaks, and Prime 29 is one that came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of steakhouses now, they're offering halal food.
Yeah.
So I think Middle Eastern food, because of the flavor, because of they learn if they are truly culinarian, Arabic or Middle Eastern culinarian, yes, they got a lot of experience in flavors, and that restaurants and hotels would love to have on their staff.
Yeah.
Huge, big demand, I would say.
Yeah, that's really good to hear.
It's growing. It's growing. That demand for halal and kosher, halal, all these things are very still people looking for those.
It still feels. I know I know we're in America, but it still sometimes feels deflating when we go somewhere and they tell you, oh, we have a falafel option or whatever, and it doesn't taste anything like because we know what it's supposed to taste like, right? Yeah. So I commend you on that. I think we
and the vegetarian, the Lebanese cuisine specifically it's rich in a lot of vegetarian options that American people love. Mm-hmm. When I did a couple of Lebanese classes at the club, and when I introduced some of the dishes, I didn't know that. I know that could be the vegetarian could be that we do with that banadura.
You do that?
We don't do. I'm just saying, a lot of Lebanese vegetarian dishes that people love. We have a very rich. Lebanese cuisine, one of the top 3, I think, always voted in the world. So it's
we're
very
good
rich.
Food. I think we need to go back to Emilio's and maybe spend a few days at the resort instead of just one night and kind of try everything out. But So moving forward, I think we're going to take another quick break. So hearing you speak, I can tell you that if you were to go out there and open a restaurant, I think you would make it phenomenal. But instead, you chose to be a consultant. You chose to take restaurants that want to open and turn them into places that are very successful, and then you move on to the next project.
Sure.
So am I hearing you right when I think that just because someone is in the hospitality or the culinary arts business, they don't have to open a restaurant?
No, they don't, unless that's something they want to do, and they have a good plan. And I mentioned earlier, people think, oh, I've been to a restaurant, I enjoy a restaurant, I love
Yeah.
restaurants, I love food, and they go to some restaurant and they, oh, I can open my own restaurant.
Yeah.
If they can do it, what can they do? I'm sure they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I want to mention something about making a lot of money. And that's why you think, why did I choose my career that way? There's not a lot of money in the restaurants. I don't want to be upfront with you.
Okay.
The profit margin is very, very thin.
Yeah.
The you know the I mean 15% comes to mind. 20% if you're really good and you control cost and so the margin is very thin. A lot of restaurant the history tells us a lot of new restaurants close within 3 years.
Yes.
The majority of 3 restaurants close 3 years. You're lucky to pass that. So because of the cost, the high cost of the labor is huge now.
Yeah.
The new generation, really, we lost a lot of hospitality workers during COVID. They went on to medical field and to other field because of a lot of problems with serving people.
Right.
So now it's tough for us to even hire people, and they want higher wages.
Yeah.
So running a restaurant is not very profitable, really. You work hard. You work 24 hours a day. You work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are married to your restaurant.
Of course.
Okay. A chef calls off. What do you do? Well,
the
restaurant I told you about, I'm not going to name the restaurant. They opened it, and actually I went there. I enjoyed their food.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. They closed. I found out why did they close? Because the owner brought in a chef. Based on that chef culinary skills and experience, whatever, he opened that restaurant. Okay, so the chef quit. So now he closed the restaurant. There's no other way for him to continue opening a restaurant. So don't open a restaurant based on one person as well.
Right, unless you have the skill.
Based on a concept that it can continue no matter who is running the restaurant.
Everyone should be dispensable.
So, but anyway, the route I chose is to do what I'm doing, consulting and working for like the Lakeview Hills Golf Resort. I don't want to be 7 days a week married to my job either.
I agree.
So and I love teaching people. I love mentoring people.
Well, that was going to be my next question.
I love to share my experiences with people, and that's been really the joy that I get from doing what I'm doing.
So do you see yourself teaching in a more formal setting?
Not necessarily. Although I've done classes actually at the resort before at Lakeview.
Yeah.
I've done the wine classes. I've done a lot of classes, but not in a college or formal. I'd love to do it while I'm working, so I can show them, because sometimes you want to show them in real time. This is what you do. If that happens, this is how you fix it. Sure. A dish, the chef sometimes make a dish. And I look at it and say, oh, what's missing? Let's take a look at it. Let's taste it.
Yeah.
Well, it tastes a little salty. There's not enough salt, or not. How about the presentation?
Right.
And we work on the presentation. It needs to have color. Where are the color? I'm looking at the dish. It's not talking to me.
Okay.
It's not speaking to me. And the dish has to, when you put it in front of somebody, say, oh my God, I want to eat this.
Yeah.
Instead of just, another steak,
eye,
another fillet, another salmon, or whatever. It needs to speak to you. and you say, oh my God, I can't wait to eat this.
So you're
already in love with that dish before you even taste it.
Yeah.
And that's what I work with people on.
Yeah. You like to show people, not tell people. I just want you to take some time to talk to us a little bit about the Lakeview Resort, and Tell us what the resort has to offer. It's only 90 minutes from Dearborn,
Yeah.
so it's really not that far of a place. Hussein and I went there last weekend. It was beautiful. The rooms were great and clean, and the staff was very friendly. The restaurant was incredible. And being, people that only eat halal food, there were so many options. We didn't even have to worry about that. We had so many options.
Yeah, we are working on a halal program too with
That'll be wonderful.
Saudi company.
Yeah, tell us about the resort.
Yeah, so the resort is a you talk about immigrant story. The resort was it's a family-owned business for over 50 years.
Yeah.
Emilio, I named the restaurant after him.
Yeah.
To keep his legacy.
Mm-hmm.
He came to America, I think, at a very, very young age. And we have it actually on the wall, the story of Emilio in the restaurant, to tell you when he left San Marino in Italy until he arrived to Detroit, kind of just like a lot of immigrants with no money, from nothing. He worked in a window cleaning janitorial business.
Okay.
Again, we talk about people work hard when they come here out of nothing.
Yeah.
And he made a great he created a great company, still exists.
Yeah.
Aero company in Warren, and they do a lot of businesses throughout the Metro Detroit area and Detroit. So he bought that resort, two golf courses north of Port Huron. Has a hotel, restaurants, and banquet, but for a lot of years did very well. But then for the last few years, the family got busy with other things and was neglected a little bit. So until the family got a hold of me through a friend of mine, so I met and I told them my vision, and they believe in the vision. And for 2 years now, we completed a total renovation of the whole club.
Yeah.
Now we have a vineyard, we have a pavilion, beautiful pavilion, outdoor pavilion overlooking the golf course. Mm-hmm. Beautiful ballroom that we remodeled. We have an award-winning steakhouse. Emilio's won a lot of awards. Yeah. We have Virginia. So Virginia is Emilio's wife. Okay. So we honored Emilio with the restaurant. We wanted to honor his wife, Virginia. So we opened a beautiful private dining room called Virginia, table 1928.
Okay.
1928. That's the year she was born.
Okay.
And then that's the year the club was opened as well. So we honored her. Tribute. We opened a new pickleball court, three pickleball courts. Okay. We have golf simulators. Huge, 11,000 square feet of game center that we opened. We have beautiful bridal suite that we host a lot of weddings. We did 17 weddings this year, and hopefully we'll do more. And so it's a great resort, great destination for you to get away for the weekend or to do a wedding, to do an event. It's only like a half an hour from Port Huron. It's right on the water, on the Lake Huron. A lot of tourists come through, a lot of Canadians come through to us for golf and dining and events. We do a lot of events.
Okay. So Virginia, the dining room, it's not on the resort, is what you explained to me.
It is. Everything's on the resort.
It's all in the resort.
Yeah. Virginia is in the right next to the game center, the event center that I told you about. 11,000 square feet of pickleball court, 3 pickleball court, golf simulators, and then we have Virginia there aside. Okay. We have wine lockers membership for wine members. I have over 40 members that we created. When we first talk about it, it's Lexington, far away. Nobody wants to do this. Now we're sold out.
It's sold out of lockers.
Lockers, yeah.
And explain that. What is a wine locker?
Wine locker is you pay a fee per year, and we'll give you 1 bottle or 2 bottles a month in your locker. Okay. You can bring your own wine as well to put it in your locker, and you get invited to a lot of special events that we do throughout the year, only for wine club members. They get a discount when they come to Emilio. They got 10% off the food. They got 15% off a bottle of wine. There's a lot of benefits to it. And
so you created a reason.
Becoming a community now. People get to know each other as a club members. When we do the events, everybody knows everybody. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm doing a trip for the wine club members to California.
Okay.
Back to my roots. So I'm taking them next April, all 25 of them, to Monterey, Carmel, Pebble
Okay.
Beach area to go visit the wine country in Paso Robles, Monterey, San Jose. It's a 4-day trip.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are getting near the end of our show. Thank you so much, Fadi, for coming, and thank you for your amazing hospitality last week. And hopefully, we'll be seeing you soon. Do you have any last thoughts?
Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you back.
Okay, we'll be there.
All right.